me just make sure and check that the audio is okay, because that's a big thing. 1 second, y'all. Let me just make sure. All right, testing. Okay, guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? So, all right, so far it sounds okay. Okay. Just make sure you guys put your headphones on just in case, because of late, I don't know why that's been happening. I'm not really sure what the deal has been. But I'm just gonna basically go with the flow. Okay. So the first message I was getting for a lot of you is that there's those of you that are in a hostile work environment. And a lot of you guys right now, your spirit guides are telling you to quit your job, leave your job. Of course, you know, you have to have other things lined up to support yourself financially, but that was a strong message I got. Let me check again, guys. Okay, the audio sounds okay to me, but if it's not to your satisfaction, guys, just put on your headphones, because I would have to do a full diagnostic and check that out at a later date, because I don't really like the audio with YouTube of late, but I'll look into it a different day. Okay, just want to get these messages out here, because that's the most important thing to me now. We have the Chariot is Cancer energy. That could be like Cancer season. Oh, look, see, this is confirming it. This is confirming it. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. Many things happening at once. So, feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, my audio sounds steady for once. I don't know why YouTube be doing that. I couldn't tell you guys. Okay, so this video could find you at a time where you have a lot going on. Okay, you could be responsible for a lot of things, and maybe you're feeling kind of scattered. There is a need to ground, because this like green energy was in reverse, so this makes me feel like there could be a lack of emotional grounding, a lack of emotional care. There is something here about pulling your resources together, pulling your energy together to get away from a hostile work environment. This keeps coming up with work, or families, what I'm picking up here. And this is giving me lots of vibes of like somebody who's been stuck for too long. You see, this is what my eye was drawn to, was like this staff or wand kind of planted in this river, and you see how like the water is kind of far up on the staff right here. So that does feel to me like somebody who is feeling stuck, feeling cornered, feeling outcasted. It also says here an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public recognition. Okay. So what that's telling me is that there is some kind of credit and recognition that you do deserve. You do deserve. And I'm getting lots of different messages here, and it feels like there could be an outside factor that's tried to swoop in and block your public praise or block some kind of progress. This does feel kind of karmic-y, like somebody who could be a chink in the chain. It's giving me an energy of something that is like a monkey wrench, like something trying to stop the wheel. Intuitively, that's what I'm picking up. Now, this feels like a very intuitive reading. This is not like just a card, but this is intuitive, okay? So, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Okay, I see what's going on here. So, this is a catch-22 kind of vibe, right? This is a vibe of something outside of yourself trying to slow you down, trying to distract you, trying to get you upset. And I feel like all the while you're planting seeds, okay? All the while you're trying to grow yourself, better yourself, love yourself. Um, but it could be slow. Like this does feel like this could be a little bit slower than you were hoping for. And the automatic message with these two that I got was there is an element of something here that you're being protected from, but you don't see that. You're not meant to see that. And that sounds kind of weird to me as well, but that's exactly what I'm getting. Is like there is a dynamic to this where you are being protected, even though on the outside it's slow, right? It's slow progress. And yeah, with the King of Cups, it's definitely giving like you want something to be enough. You want something to move forward, move ahead, progress quickly, because that Chariot energy, Archangel Metatron, absolutely feels like a person who wants more out of life. Okay, you could be watching either for somebody close to you or yourself, and this does feel like you're wanting a lot more out of life. You're wanting a lot more from if this is a heart-to-heart situation for others of you, that's what I'm picking up. Is like you're wanting a lot more from this than what you're getting. Yes, that's what I'm getting. You're wanting a lot more from this than what you're currently getting. And it is causing you to be angry, okay? It is causing you to be angry at certain points, or maybe even all day, because, in your heart of hearts, you feel like you've planted those seeds. I mean, it literally says you've planted those seeds. You've watered that ground. You've cultivated, could be projects or products, or that's what I'm getting, something like that. You've planted your feet on solid ground, and it's almost like the ground is not trying to yield to you. There's a lot of symbolism with this tree. I'm getting a lot from this tree right here. Okay, there needs to be like a little clarification. Confirmation card. Let's pull one. And now my eyes are being drawn to, it says unnecessary worry. Unnecessary worry. That's interesting. Now, why would it say unnecessary worry? Six Pentacles. So this is about resources. This is about accolades. This is about, could be contracts, paperwork, Magician. With the infinity symbol. Ooh. So whether this is you're watching for or somebody else, you're definitely trying to manifest something. There's that confirmation again. Like you're trying to make something happen. But my question is, why is it not happening the way you want it to? Or why has something been blocking you? Okay, it could be a water sign. Oh, that's interesting. Because this came out again. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There could be some hurt tied to a water sign that maybe is in your auric field, or this person is holding the keys to something, but they're untrustworthy. Because see, there's the word trustworthy. This person's untrustworthy. Okay, so only take what applies. So what I'm getting is there's a chink in the chain here where somebody's untrustworthy. Getting more than one message. Okay, I'm getting more than one message here. So this could be like maybe you've been consulting this water sign unknowingly or knowingly, and they give bad advice. Okay, I'm getting different messages here for different people. Like this, whoever represents this, they're giving bad advice, or this feels very emotional to me. Now I'm hearing like play with your emotions. Yeah, you need to use your intuition. Play with your emotions. Okay, so whether this person knows it or not, or whatever this represents, I feel like they're playing with your emotions. Because this is giving me vibes of like emotional state. Okay? So it's kind of giving me the vibe of like if your emotional state is not where it should be, that could be why there's like a slowing down of other things. And so I feel like your spirit guides are saying you need to check your emotional state because maybe your emotional state is not as regulated as it needs to be to get you to the next level. And I think there's those of you that you already know this, like you already know that this is the issue, and you're trying to, take little steps here, little steps there, and they are congratulating you. Like they do see your progress, they do see your hard efforts, they do see your consistency, but there is just something about emotions and manipulation and a lack of progress that feels very weird to me, to put it lightly. Like it feels like it's there and it shouldn't be there. Like it's a wedge in your plans, it's a wedge in what you want to do, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but it is. At least temporarily. So let's see what else that's about. Yeah, the tower. Hmm. Right. So that's why you're exactly okay. So that's exactly why your spirit guides are saying this is gonna come to a close. Hmm. This is gonna come to a close because, and I've never got a message like this, but the way that it feels is like you're doing all the right things. Like your intuition is activated. Like you are doing the right things. You are. Like you are planting those seeds. You are overcoming obstacles. You are working very hard. Okay? Um, for others of you, this could be that you're in the wrong environment. Maybe where you've planted seeds in the past, um, for the future, that same soil, that same ground, that same environment cannot yield anything better because that's just the state that it's stuck in. Okay, and for those who get it, they're gonna get it. Okay, not all these messages are for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's for some, it's not for all. So this is definitely saying here, yep, with the star, this is definitely saying like you are a star. Like your intuition's not wrong. Like you do have so much so much power within you. And what this is saying here is that maybe you've been tricked by whoever this water sign is or whatever this represents. Like you've been tricked to believe that like this can give me more, this can produce more. And like what they're saying, this is very specific. Like what they're saying is like this ground, it could be this, I'm hearing this relationship, this connection, something like that. Like it cannot yield anything higher than what it is because it's not meant to. Some environments, some friendships, some workplaces can only take you so far. And maybe this is where the stress, this is like the perfect, oh yeah, this is what I'm getting. It's like maybe you kind of psyched yourself up and out of thinking that it was a you problem, it was this problem, like, but it what it's saying is like that's not what it is at all. It's not even a so-called problem. It's just that is the level that you've passed, you've surpassed it, and you have to go to higher ground. Whatever ground this was in is low, it's beneath you now. It's like it's not balanced. That's why we have all these things here of like balance, because it's not balanced. And they're saying enough is enough, okay? So the best word I can use, I don't want to use the word trick, but that's like the only word that's coming across when I look at this is like it feels like tricked energy. It's like it's like telling yourself that if I only do this, then this will happen. If I only, but it's not even you. Like it's not even a you problem. It's something about the base, the foundation that's faulty. There's others of you watching where something could feel like bad luck, or something could feel like a lack of luck, like a lack of, you know what I'm saying? And that's because it's a low vibration. And that's why this is like the perfect depiction. It's like, that's why for those of you, when you look around you, like in your environment, other people love it, right? Other people are eating it up. That's because it matches that low frequency. And so naturally, if you want more, you're trying to go higher, you're seeking higher ground, something that's low versus high is two different opposite energies. You getting it now? Like it's not the same level. So what works for one person may not work for you, right? What somebody else thinks is like the best thing ever, you think is like mediocre. And that's how it's coming across, is like, yes, like there's just been this kind of trickery energy of like it's you, it's you, it's you. And what your guides are saying, it's not you, it's not you, it's that the environment matches the people, matches the vibration. And because you've gone higher, naturally it's going to look foreign to you. It's going to feel bad to you because you've outgrown that. You've outpaced something. You've surpassed something that other people have not surpassed, have not come into that fruition yet. So when you're going higher in life and you're doing more things and you're dreaming bigger and bigger while people in your environment are dreaming smaller and smaller, of course it's going to feel weird to you. Right? If you have these beautiful big wings and you're somewhere where it feels clipped, or you're in a or you're in a job that it feels clipped, or you're in a relationship where it feels clipped, there's some kind of like almost like the devil card. It's like some kind of trickery energy is like trying to make it a you problem, but it's not you. It's not you. So your guides are going to do you a favor, okay? Your guides are going to do you a favor, and they're going to have the house of cards crumble, okay? They're going to wipe the slate clean because they're tired of seeing you in a low place. They're tired of seeing you cry over the same things over and over. And that's not a message for all of you. Not all of you are going to be crying, but there's a confirmation again. Mm, Three Swords, which is the heart dagger, which means this is painful. Like, I could feel like this is something that you're over and done with. And so there may be some really, yep, 10 swords, right? There may be some really, um, I don't want to use the word dangerous, but there may be some really, really harsh things that happen in order to get you out of something that feels very low to me. Like interpreting this, like it feels very, very low. It feels like stale milk. It feels like old milk. It feels like your potential's not being reached. Nevertheless, they keep saying here a necessary worry, a temporary pause in action. So you have to literally hold on, okay? You have to hold on and believe that better is coming. This is a manifestation exercise. This is a faith exercise. This is a moment of challenging. I'm not going to tell you differently. Um, there could be some crystals you guys need to get into. I'm hearing labradorite, I'm hearing tourmaline, I'm hearing moldavite. Now, I've heard moldavite has a mixed reputation. I would not recommend that outright, but you do you, okay? If that's what you feel called to, that's what you feel called to. Um, right. So the strangest thing about this is it almost feels like they're congratulating you. It feels like they're congratulating you, but it doesn't feel like that, right? Like you don't feel good about this. But yet they're congratulating you. They're saying, "Job well done. You've planted good seeds. You've done something that was very hard to do." So this feels like it's calling you to be more proud of yourself, more appreciative of your efforts, of your time. Like there's just an energy here of loving on yourself, treating yourself, being happy for yourself, self discipline, public recognition, the willpower, like having the willpower to keep going when this is a very specific message where it feels like your guides have said like a lot of people have failed this test. They want you to know that like a lot of people I'm hearing for others of you, it says even in people's lineages, like they've failed this test because they've gone by what they feel, by what they see, versus by what they know, versus by what they were born to do. And they've turned their back on that knowing because on the outside it looked like this. On the outside it seemed like it was the end of the world, but all the while you were still taking advantage of what you could take advantage of, and you were doing your best, and you are doing your best. For those who can resonate, this definitely feels like you have done your best. You are doing your best, and they're congratulating you. So whether it feels like that or not, they are. They're very proud of the things you've been able to still get done while you're in this waiting period, while you're in this transformative time. So they're absolutely calling you to go within. I mean, 1,000%. 1,000%. They're calling you to go within. They're telling you to walk away and go within. Walking away and going within because the job is done. Like I'm hearing the job is done. The job is done. You're just waiting for the boat to arrive. You're just waiting for the opportunity to arise. You're just waiting for certain repetitive energies to kind of like give up, like throw their sword, like because it does feel like I'm getting so much from this. It does feel like in the past there was this I wouldn't say competitive, but there was this like combative energy, and you're walking into victory. So that's what I keep getting that. It's like it may not look like that, it may not feel like that, but you are entering a period of abundance. Look, a successful completion of a project. So, what your guides are saying is you can't go by what it looks like right now. And I know that's really hard, okay? You cannot go by what it looks like. You can't even go by what it feels like. Okay, it is a test. It's a test of, are you strong enough to outgo the naysayers? Are you strong enough to still walk with your head held high even though your heart is broken? Are you gonna prove to yourself that no matter how many blocked roads and dead ends there are, that you're still a manifester? Because what I hear your guide saying is like, all you need is one shot, all you need is one opportunity, all you need, all you literally need is one breakthrough. One breakthrough, that's all you need. There's those of you watch me out here and for my replay watchers where it's like you feel like you need like 100 different things to come your way. You need like 100 different doors to open. And like what they're saying right here is like you only need one. You only need one door to open. You only need one door to open that's going to change the rest of your life. So now I'm hearing your spirit guides say, you can't give up now, okay? You can't give up now. There is some loose ends you need to tie up. There is some people you need to cut off. There is some false friendships I'm hearing that are could be blocking also even more prosperity because they're speaking negatively into your life. This could be a Leo, or if you could have cut off a Leo in the recent past, that was the right decision, okay? Yeah. Okay, or Virgo. You could have cut off a Virgo or a Leo, you need to, because they were blocking the next level, the next dimension is what I'm getting here, or it could be Aquarius. So you are right where you're meant to be is what I'm getting. And things are going to change very quickly. So even though right now it may feel kind of like a desert, it may kind of feel like when's it going to shift, when's it going to change. Everything here, when I say everything, I mean everything here is indicating that you are going to go higher, you are going to manifest your dreams, you are going to have great success. They're saying you already have success right now. There's some of you where you're already getting the success right now, and you just need to keep going, okay? And it's such a simple message, but it's still so profound. It's like you still need to keep going, okay? You have to ignore what it looks like. Yeah, there's a judgment call, absolutely. You have to ignore what it looks like. You have to ignore even what it may feel like. Because when you're going through a tough time, when you're going through the fire, okay, 99.9% of the time, it's not going to feel good. It's not even going to look good. And so that's why they're saying call back your energy, okay? Because when you're going through a difficult time, you will feel better when you are taking care of yourself, and you are going to feel better when you're prioritizing yourself over other things and other people and other voices, okay? If you're still trying to survive a very dark place in your life, the worst thing you can do is try to be around a bunch of people who are going to be more negative, more annoying. That's not going to help you. So I think one of the most important things here is the hermit, because it's saying fill your candle up, right? Your candelabra, fill up your cup, because that's what's going to get you through. It's not going to be somebody else's cup filling you up. It's going to be your own cup being full. And that's really what I'm getting is like, but there's so many things here. Victory, though. I mean, even if it looks so dark, it's like there's so much victory. There's so much victory. They're saying stay out of conflict. They're saying use your intuition and stay away from conflict and people who are conflict prone, okay? don't need to talk as much, don't need to gossip as much, don't need to share information as much. You know what I'm saying? You have many options. You have so many options. But I think what is hurting is that you could be still very much hurting, and because you're still very much hurting, you're not seeing those options, right? Your vision's not clear enough to see the path forward. That's why they're saying if you've not been able to get time for yourself, you need to. So pull back your energy away from the toxic Aquarius, Leo, or Virgo is what I'm feeling here, or Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Um, take back your energy from all this sporadicness. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. Like, take back your energy from people trying to fight you. And what your guides are saying is like these people are trying to fight you, but they're already a couple levels lower than you. Like you're in a much higher vibration, a much higher level, and they're losing anyway. Okay, the level in which whatever this represents for you is trying to fight you on is already beneath you. So there's no benefit. Okay, this is like coming out really really strongly. There's no benefit on trying to fight on somebody else's level, on somebody else's turf, right? If you're trying to go to the land of milk and honey and they're stuck in a desert, why would you fight in a desert when you want to go to the land of milk and honey? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, why try to put stock in a temporary place? All the things here said temporary, temporary, temporary. So why invest in something that is temporary, that's trying to have you use all your energy to fight this battle over here, when in reality, that's why I keep using the word trick. It's trying to trick you into thinking in a way that is not where your focus should be. It's like a blindfold. Whatever opposing energies are here, they're trying to have you fight things and use all your energy and use all your wit and use all your knowledge to things that are passing anyway. Are passing anyway. Okay, I hope somebody really got that, because that's the biggest roadblock I see here, is they're trying to still have you fight battles that are in the past, that are things that are ancient, okay? So the analogy of like you're trying to get to the land of milk and honey, and right now it feels like a desert. Why would you be burning out yourself in a desert when you need your energy for the land of milk and honey? So they are calling you to rest. They are calling you to rid yourself of, yeah, this is it, toxic authority. This could be this was always my combination of like a toxic boss or toxic, yeah, like somebody who thinks they have a key to something, but they don't. And there's something about this energy that's like saying to you to ignore it. Like, I'm hearing the word burnout, hearing the phrase burnout. Yeah, so keep the conversation to a minimum. This is meant to pass. This is not meant to be a permanent thing. And that's why it feels so weird, because it's water influence or Leo. It's like these things are not meant to be forever. It just put it in plain English. This isn't supposed to be a forever thing. And because it's like a Sahara desert, everywhere you look, you feel like there's no fruit. You see what I'm saying? And they're saying to go higher, like literally like the clouds, to go higher up in the clouds and look at all the abundance that's within your reach, that that's literally waiting for you. It's literally waiting for you. But you have to tap into that. You have to literally tap into a higher way of thinking, a higher way of being. Because I do see here, get a sip of water. I do see here that, like, a lot of these other issues are just like simply beneath you. It's beneath you. So the good news is that these things are phasing out. This is a temporary pause in action for others of you. It is a temporary pause in action. Okay. I just heard the phrase dead end relationship. Dead end relationship. Dead end relationship. Dead end relationship. So somebody could have missed out on an opportunity with you, whether it's a job offer or romance. They're, like I said, they're blindfolded. They were blindfolded. See, open your eyes to the possibility. Well, their eyes were not open, okay? The eyes were not open, so that's why it felt the way it felt. So every time it's giving a message, then right after, literally right after, it's saying unnecessary worry. So maybe too focused on things in the present and not enough focused on things in the future. So if you are watching and you've begun, okay, this is how I'm going to close this video, and you've begun to switch your focus on things in the future, things that you know are waiting for you, things you know are there, but you've not been able to like jump into it just yet. But you are switching your priorities. That's why they're clapping for you. That's exactly why your guides are clapping for you, because even though it looks so low, you're doing so well. Like, this is literally a picture of somebody who has their head down, like they feel defeated. And maybe that's why there's this conflicting energy of, like, even if you feel low, you feel sad. It's like there's this other energy around you that feels joyful, that feels hopeful, that feels supportive, even if it's just like when you're meditating or when you're sleeping. Like, there's something else there that is like your spirit guides that are really, really proud of you, because they know this is not easy. Okay, like, I just want to clarify, like, they know this is not easy. It's like your life has been on difficult mode, or like something within this relationship. For those of you who are watching for like a relationship or a connection, it's like they know that something about that has been very, very complex, very, very hard, very, very hard to get through, to understand, to overcome. Like, they know how hard this is. So instead of worrying, they want you to take a breather. Okay, instead of like spinning your wheels over what went wrong in the past, or like what hasn't come to you yet, or what hasn't worked yet. Like, they don't want your focus to be on that. They want your focus to be on all that you have accomplished, all that you have still been able to do, even if it looked really, really dark. And they want you to put more focus on that than, when is it coming? When is it going to change? When is this person going to wake up and smell the coffee? When is this, promotion going to come through? Like, they don't want you to focus on that, because because the word I'm getting is like, I'm hearing the word like decombustion or something about combustion. You may need to look up I think whoever this is for, You need to look up the meaning of combustion and decombustion, okay? Because there's some kind of like spiritual parable in that for somebody out here. So they're asking you to have more compassion on yourself. You need to have more compassion. You need to be kinder to yourself. You need to protect your heart, protect your energy. Um, don't try to overly give of yourself to things that you don't even want. Because if you're getting caught up in trying to, this is more extreme, but this is what I'm feeling, making connections here and doing things here, but like that's not where they want you to be. Then you're spinning your wheels for no reason. That's why this is why this energy has changed and is saying here, put your eggs and put your attention, put your energy into baskets that are for your future, because your future is not going to look like your past. Your future is not going to look like what you've been going through for the past 3 to 4 years. Okay? Your future is not going to look anything like that. So common sense would say, why would I put my energy into something that's not going to be for the remainder of your lifespan? Your physical 3D predicament, circumstance, or lifespan. They're saying, let's take these eggs out of this basket and put these eggs in this basket. The basket where you are the manifestation boss, where you have abundance. Look at that coming in. Okay, Ace Cups. You are just bossing it. They want you to turn, literally, I feel like turn your back. Okay, for those who this resonates with, this is going to resonate with hard. Like, they want you to turn your back on things that do not give you happiness, do not give you peace. To put it like in plain English, okay? Let me see this. Happy times. Make positive, optimistic. Oh my God, this is just like insane. It literally is confirming what I said. Like, okay, happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path. So, I mean, it can't be more clear than that. So it's saying it doesn't feel like it. Okay, this is even helping me, and this, I hope this is helping you all. It's like it doesn't look like it. It may not even feel like it. Okay, it doesn't look like it, and it doesn't feel like it. But saying over and over and over again, you're on the right path. But it doesn't feel like it because you're such in a dark cave. And this dark cave wants you to stay in that dark cave, and they want you to come out of that. And so you can't go by what it looks like. You can't even go by what it fucking feels like. You have to literally just keep going. And when you keep going, one day you're going to look up and you're going to be out of that bottomless pit. You're going to be out of the vulture's camp. You're going to be out of being around people where there's no water, there's no river, there's no life. This depiction, you notice how this depiction literally shows water, and a lot of, and in a very matrix sense, they in this dimension, in this 3D dimension, they love to associate water with money, with health. You notice that with fertility, with joy, right? Like peace. You know, the saying goes, peace like a river. Okay, so this is like night and day. Like, it's literally showing you all the trees, all the rivers, all the water. Again, all the water, all the lily pads, all the flowers. Whereas before, right, before in the depictions, it was just drowning. It was just dry, dry. Can these dry bones live? They can. So this is the hardest, one of the hardest tests. It is, okay? It absolutely is. But guess what? It's not going to be for everybody, because for some people, they will happily live in the Sahara Desert. And that's the best it's ever going to get for them. Like, literally. And then other people will verge off the beaten path. and they'll find a lake, they'll find a river. You see what I'm saying? They'll find a bunch of freaking waterfalls and live in the land of milk and honey. And I'm sorry to say, but you are feeling the way you're feeling because you realize that these people are not living in the land of milk and honey. They're living hard, and they're trying to capture you into that, and you're smart enough to say that's not where I belong. I belong where there's flourishment. I belong where there's happiness. I belong where there is milk and honey. There is an abundance. There is not a lack of things. There's an abundance of things. That's the difference between you and your past and the past they had you in and what's going on currently. So if you feel like you're in that pit right now, guess what? There's a peak later, and that peak later is everything you want. And it may take a while to get there. Okay, it may take a while to get there, but guess what? You'll still get there. And that's the whole point, is they don't want you to focus on, you know, if it doesn't happen overnight, then it's not happening. They don't want you to get into that cycle of abuse, because quite frankly, it's like mental abuse. It's like trying to make you think that if this doesn't happen by this, then you're just stuck. And that's what they want you to think. What they want you to think is, if it doesn't happen in the next 24 hours, I'm doomed. That's the negative forces, or whatever you want to call it, trying to get you confused. And that kind of thinking is the product of that so said Sahara desert mentality of, there's nothing in a desert. Understand, in a desert, there's nothing out there but sand, but heat, but cactuses. And every now and then the cactus may produce a little bit of sweet sap, but it's not enough to take you to where you need to get to. And for those who are chosen, and you're in a higher collective, you have a bigger demand on your life. You have a bigger calling, to put it plainly. That sweet sour sap ain't gonna do it for you. Okay? It ain't gonna do it. You trying to drain out a little bit of juice is bullshit. Okay, that's not gonna help you. You want a lake, you want a river. You want a lake, you want a river, you want an ocean of abundance. You don't want a little tap of abundance. You want the whole thing to be flourishing, to be beautiful, to be grand, to be happy, full of life. And that's the difference, is you don't want to stay in a barren place. And so I think what this is saying now to me to tell you is, when you've acknowledged, okay, that you don't want to be in a barren place, something's got to give, okay? Some dam, something has to break through. So what you need is a breakthrough. That's what you need. You need a breakthrough. Okay, you need to keep focused on, yeah, see, this is like relentless, and like, see, this is a very relentless vibe. Look, this vibe is like, I am not going to give up no matter what it looks like. And let me tell you, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of strength, okay? So in closing, the hardest part of this is to not believe what you see. Is to not believe what you see. Your vision, your ideas, your goals, the abundance that is out there waiting for you is not what you're feeling right now. And because you're not feeling that way entirely right now, you're questioning everything. And that's normal. Okay, that's normal. But what they want you to know is that that abundance is right on the other side of that Sahara desert. Soon, and very soon, you're going to walk into a lush garden, a lush, preserve of trees and water and fruit and fairies and just beautifulness, But right now you're in hermit mode. Right now you are maybe either you're in hermit mode or you're entering hermit mode because you know that something's not right. And so therefore it's a challenge. This is all a challenge on your psyche. It's a challenge on your manifestation. It's a challenge on if you think you're strong enough, if you think you're um gonna make it. Like it's all these factors trying to make you question who you are. And what your spirit guides want you to know is there's no more need to question. They're telling you outright, this is temporary. Put your focus on what you cannot see yet. For others of you, you can feel the change. You could feel a new shift in reality. You can, let's say, for example, you can quantum jump. You can feel, right, like that you're going into a different octave. And then there's others of you that you simply just can't. And you're having to be strong enough to take the punches and keep getting back up. And there's those of you who are going to say, well, how do you know what that feels like? I know what that feels like. Trust me when I tell you. I know what it feels like when you're taking fucking 6 uppercuts and your nose is bleeding, your face is ruined, and you're having to get back up, get back up, get back. That's what you call the Sahara Desert phase. That's what you call being in a low place and you're wanting to get to a high place, right? A happier environment, a more beautiful job, whatever it is that you're wanting, it's there. It's there. And so, you know what this kind of feels like to me? This feels like visualization to me. And so, if there's any of you guys out here where you don't know much about visualization, okay, I would recommend you get into that because this thing is it's like imagination, daydreaming, and visualization like all in one. So basically you're taking with the hermit energy, you're taking time to visualize a better tomorrow, to visualize um, things you'd rather be doing. Okay, places, events, environment, job, whatever it is, friendships, like you are casting your net and you are setting yourself up to be attracted to those other better feelings and situations. And so your guides are telling you that it's all within you. It is literally all within you. But you can't go by what it looks like. You can't go by what it feels like. You can't go by what everybody else around you is saying. Okay? And there's another message coming through where it's like some of these people around you, they may want to see you um stuck or in that vibration. And what they're quickly finding out is that you're just too good for that. Okay, you have too much strength, even mental strength for that. You're way too mentally strong to settle for crumbs. And make no mistake, some people hate that about you. They hate that you're not willing to just settle. Okay, this even could be an ex. I'm picking up for others of you where they hate that you don't want to settle. And you have to simply just tell them no. You know, a powerful word is no, no, no. So get back up, dust yourself off, okay? Um, Anything that doesn't want you to be happy, to be free, be full of life, is rooting for your demise. And you have to see it that way. And when you see it that way, you're not going to entertain um, yesterday. You're not going to entertain the things of yesterday. You're going to take more time to visualize a future, a harmonious future that really just is beautiful for you. And the best thing about it is they're saying with your intuition, with your God given intuition, you know that this will be it for you. This will be your portion. But you really just have to not go by what you are being told. You have to go by what you want to create. Just like this kind of depiction, sometimes you have to go on it alone. And that could be, I think, what's coming up for others of you is that maybe you're going to have to, venture out into the land of milk and honey by yourself because too many things and people in the past don't want that happiness. Um, can I tell you a secret? Some people, they want that miserableness. They want to be um, unhappy. They do. And you don't want that. So naturally, with the hermit energy, you may have to go at it alone, okay? So feel free to watch the video from the top. That is definitely all the messages I have for you beautiful people watching. Definitely feel free to subscribe, check out my other videos. But yeah, this is a message for those who have beautiful, bright futures. And you just have been in a place around a bunch of caucuses and a bunch of people who I just really think, um, and what I feel here are just settling. And that's why you feel uncomfortable because you're not meant to settle. You're not meant to be somewhere that makes you feel plain or makes you feel down or makes you feel like low energy. That's like this the first sign is if you feel low energy and you don't feel inspired and you don't feel motivated, then you're not where you need to be. You're going to feel inspired, you're going to feel motivated when you are um, where you need to be. So until you get there, until you shift into a higher timeline, you got to sit tight. You got to be positive. You got to keep fueling your cup up because the second that you let your cup spill over, focusing on things that are temporary and are more negative than positive, then it makes you weaker to then handle what's really important. So there's a misallocation of energy and funds where it has to be rechanneled back into where it actually needs to be. And for those who weren't sure of what was going on, well, that's what was going on was, and what is going on is you are in a process right now of rechanneling your energy and your priorities and your goals to where they actually need to be. Because before, you were kind of just winging it, just survival, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of you are not into that. You're not into just being into survival. You want to thrive. You want to be um, full and happy and whole. And so all your guides are doing is protecting you, and they're going to keep protecting you and keep guiding you where you are feeling a river, you're feeling a flow, you're not feeling all this stagnancy. Okay, so this season's not going to be it's not always easy, but it is necessary. And I have full confidence that majority of you, if not all of you, are going to get to that place where you do feel complete, you do feel whole, but you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. And that really dark place is going to turn into a really, really beautiful, bright, um, just oasis of beauty. And I hope that, you're strong enough to get there and see that. Okay? Cuz people who don't and they give up and they throw in the towel too early, they're never going to get that because they've given up too quickly. So, as long as you keep going, as long as you're prioritizing yourself, you're always going to get there. Okay? You're always going to get there, but the second that you um let something convince you that this is the best it's going to get, um, that's when your power is being taken from you. So you got to take your power back. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.